Welcome to episode 3 of the Storybook Jamalama. Sam the Dingus, I'm your mama. I know you wanna eat pimento cheese and talk about it. Enough bullshit. Came here to just have some fun telling you stories, and I wanted to share all the stories of my crazy animal encounters out there in the wild. Now, I'm hoping I remember some as I'm going along this story. I think I have 3. I got 3 for you. So, this here first, okay, 3.5 because I can group 2 of them together. So this first set of adventures is from Myrtle Beach when I'm a kid. Probably like between 7 and 12 years old at Myrtle Beach for the first time. So there was we were like doing this like class type thing outside on the beach where like we're just like walking around talking about the coast and all the ecosystems and all that shit, cool and all that. There's this little bug flying around, and I am a huge bug guy. Like bug lover as a child, studying them, picking their legs off, you name it, that was me. And so I'm pretty interested by this bug, which is flying around all of us, and it lands on the teacher lady, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry, it won't hurt you." She just brushes it off of her, no fucking biggie. I'm like, okay, not too bad. So the whole class is going on, but I'm kind of just like looking at this bug, just following it around. And eventually it lands down on the ground, so I'm able to pick it up. And I do pick it up, and I have it up on my fingers, moving around. And then he fucking bites me. He bites the shit out of me. I'm like, oh, like shaking him off. I'm like, number one, you said he wasn't gonna hurt me, and number two, that fucking hurts, dude. And like, I mean, I guess I've been stung by a bee, and it's probably pretty similar to a bee sting, but like, I remember it hurting worse. I remember it felt like what it actually was, and not. I don't know how to finish the sentence. But like, I don't know, a bee sting, like, it feels like it's like pulsing and throbbing, like, because it is. I'm trying here. But, so this bug, I actually know what it's called. It's a wheel bug. Ouch. It's from the assassin bug family. So I believe that those are insects that have like a long, like mosquito build for their nose, mouth. It's a mouth. They like pierce insects' shells, and then they like fill them up with that poison goop and drink them out and all that. So like I really felt that like something had punctured my hand, like because it did, it pierced my hand and put I think venom in there just a little bit, and like honestly that hurt so bad because it wasn't like throbby, it was like tight, it was closed off. It felt like. So yeah, I got bit by a wheel bug. Wild. Second Myrtle Beach story coming right up. We were crabbing off the pier, and so I put some chicken in it. I dropped my net, and then when it's time to pull it up, I'm pulling it up, and there's a fish in there. And I keep pulling it all the way up. I'm like, yo, there's a fish. The guy next to me is looking at it too, and I'm like, Dad! Like calling my dad on this huge boardwalk, like, Dad! And then he's like, the dude next to me is like, that's not a fish, bro. That's a straight up shark. And I'm like, this is crazy. And it was a shark. It was a baby, I don't know, some kind of small shark. I don't think it was a dogfish, but some small variety or newborn-ish shark. And I pulled that thing up. I mean, that's pretty much the end of it. I got to touch it and look at it. It was dead already, but it was still really cool. Like how often you pull up a shark from a crab net. Like that dude must have been just like floating on the bottom dead. All right, next two animal encounters are actually very special because one of them happened recently. The other one was semi-recent, but like I don't know. This is like the coolest feeling stuff that ever happens in my life. It's like this, like how I tell people. Like it's easy to like be on the internet and see videos of people doing parkour and flips and all that, and it is awesome, but like when you see it with your eyes, it means so much more. Like the same thing with just your eyes, it'll like reopen your whole perspective. So seeing crazy things with your eyes will reopen you. And that's what happened in these two venomous animal encounters. So this was Sequoia Park in Tennessee, Knoxville area, and me and my lady were walking around here. And Plants vs. Zombies is this video game. I'm not going to explain too much, but there are some zombies that have cones on their heads as like some slight armor. A little harder to kill. So we're walking around and we see this traffic cone in the middle of this field. And so we go over to it, this huge traffic cone. My lady picks it up to put it on her head. But before she does, she's like, wait, what? There's a spider on here. And we're like, ah, oh, gross, gross. And then we look at it and we're like, yo, that's a black widow. It was. That was a female black widow. The famous ones, the big ones, the hourglass, like right here in arm's reach. I can touch this outside of a cage, outside of a glass box. A wild black widow. That's the end of that story, but like, I don't know, man, it's really cool. Also, I do have some videos of this. Just look on my channel, Live Black Widow in Tennessee. Just search that and you should find it. That was amazing. All right, this is the last story. It might be a little bit long, but not as long as up to what we've done so far. This is the most recent, within the last 2 months, actually. And honestly, this one has a lot of feelings in it. So, me and my lady were hiking at this place called Lantern Hill here in Connecticut. We went all the way up, chilled for a while. We were on our way down. And so the path comes to this corner kind of deal. So I walk, and I hit this corner, and my lady's just like a couple steps behind me. And I just walk, and then my eyes catch it, and like, alarm, 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 alarm. I'm like, everything is screaming at me like, whoa, 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 whoa. And so I just immediately like put my arm out and say like, stay back, stay back, stay back, stay back to my lady. Luckily she heard it. Well, I kept walking because I had walked right next to a copperhead. A huge copperhead. I'll try and drop some videos. Yeah, I don't have them on YouTube, only Instagram. So I'll put some of the pictures and videos like right here. Literally like this far from the copperhead, at most that far. And somehow he didn't bite me. There's that old saying, if it was a snake, it would have bit you when you're looking for something. But I kind of like proved that wrong because that snake in particular was very patient. Because I was right next to it walking and it didn't bite me. Like there could have been a way cooler story here where I get bit by a copperhead and I'm telling you guys about it. I got Coyote Peterson beat. Um, but I didn't get bit by the snake. We just took our time, walked around it. We watched it go away, took some pictures and videos, and that was it. A copperhead. That, like, but so close. Like, I don't know, like, I'm just telling you a story, and like, when you hear the events, it's not that cool, but like, to actually be there, like, the aura of the snake is intense. Because you understand how much power it wields and how much caution you have to take. It's like a loaded gun. Damn. So yeah, those are my coolest animal encounters that I can think of right now. Copperhead, black widow, wheelbug, baby shark. Hope you guys like these stories. I'm having fun telling them. I'm gonna go find the piece of paper with all my other good ideas. This was episode 3, animals.